Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carolina Gilcapi. I am the founder of State Adventures, and I'm on here today to tell you a little bit more about our departure to Argentina and Brazil in March of 2023. We already have a group of 8 signed up, and therefore we have 3 rooms left. And I encourage all of you to stay with me, hear about the trip, and join us. It's going to be such a beautiful, beautiful departure. I'm going to share my screen and show you a few slideshows about the trip. All right, here we go. So Argentina, Brazil, 2023. We're going to hit Buenos Aires, Iguazu Falls, and Rio de Janeiro. You don't need any visas. You don't need any special vaccinations like yellow fever. If you are vaccinated for COVID, easy. That's all you need to bring with you. There's no testing needed. If you are not vaccinated for COVID, then you would need to take a PCR test before you leave. And we arrange those here at CBS even. So it's quite easy. If you don't know me yet, a little bit about State Adventures. We are South American specialists. I have been offering curated private tours to all over the continent for the last 16 years. I've personally traveled to Latin America 33 times. It is my life's passion to share this wonderful place with all of my travelers. We offer private tours. Most of the departures that we have, you let me know your dates, what you're interested in, and we build it from scratch. But we love the focus of food on our trip. You know, I really believe in culinary anthropology, in learning about the people of the specific destinations through food, through breaking bread. It just takes you to a different level of travel and experience. We're located in Florida, we're licensed, we're bonded, we're here 24 hours a day. And in all the destinations that we offer, which is now over 30, we have partner offices. So there's a whole team of us behind every trip we put together. So I welcome you to check out State Adventures for any trip in the future that you're looking for. So back to Argentina and Brazil, if you're here local in Palm Coast, Florida, we will offer some private classes in the studio. We will have all kinds of different ways for us to either in person or virtually get to know each other before we depart on the trip. So really the experience starts 6 weeks before departure. March 4th is when we do fly out to Buenos Aires. There's a few people who are thinking about flying out the day before. Very flexible, everything's possible. So just let me know your thoughts. Give you a visual of where we're going. First, Buenos Aires, heart of tango, you know, beautiful city, Paris of South America. Then Iguazu Falls, so that we can get another face of Argentina, the jungle, wildlife, and of course the beautiful waterfalls. And then we're skipping over to Rio de Janeiro to kind of get a feel for samba and be on the beach and really feel the heat of Brazil. So there's going to be some beautiful experiences here throughout. A few things about the travel time zone. That's the beauty about traveling to South America. There is no change really in time. There's no jet lag because it's about an hour difference from the East Coast of the United States and about 3 hours from the West Coast. So when you arrive, you're not 5 or 6 hours behind and your body's not very confused. So it really helps. Also weather, the seasons are flipped. So when we're traveling in March and it's winter here, it's actually summer in South America. So it's very pleasant, mild weather, great for exploring and being outdoors all the time. So on the first day that we arrive, we're always going to have a private guide and driver throughout. State Adventure sign wherever we land, wherever we get picked up. And right away, I'm going to take you to the hotel, have us check in, have a little coffee, get settled, and we're out exploring Buenos Aires. I really want us to take advantage of that second wind, see a little bit of Palermo and Recoleta and all these beautiful neighborhoods, do a little stop for coffee at a historical cafe, one of the oldest cafes in Buenos Aires. You will find that throughout the itinerary, I have dotted it with special touches like historical cafes or something with a beautiful story behind it. And then we're going to go for lunch at one of my favorite steakhouses. This is where I really show you what sated means. Gorgeous, gorgeous meals. Really, we're typically the only visitors It's usually all local people eating at these restaurants that I pick, so it's very special. Tonight, we go off to see Arapa Tango. It is the #1 tango show in Buenos Aires, really in Argentina. And I really wanted us to start off with a bang because it is a gorgeous, intimate setting. And that is how we will start our trip. Just a few pictures from around the neighborhoods that we're going to visit, especially, the Recoleta Cemetery. We're going to visit Evita's grave. Then you see the Pink House. Of course, we're going to go there, and some of the beautiful beef that comes out of Argentina, which we will get a chance to taste. And here's just a glimpse of Arapa Tango. The table that we book is right inside the show. Like, we really feel a part of the show. It's quite a beautiful experience. We'll have some champagne here. The hotel where this is set in is gorgeous. And we're going to stay just a few blocks away at Hotel Madero. Love this location, right on the river, vibrant nightlife, great modern hotel, beautiful wine cellar inside, great restaurant. So we will be spoiled here for sure. March 6th, we wake up, have a beautiful breakfast at the hotel, and now we're ready to meet our guide again, guide and driver and our beautiful van or bus that joins us, and we'll go off and visit the south of the city. And the south of the city is the port and the colorful La Boca neighborhood. So really a wonderful place to explore on foot. Lots of history, lots of color, lots of tango dancers performing in the streets. So you really get a sense of what it's like to live here in Buenos Aires. We're going to go to a bodegon for lunch, which is like a typical, usually a mansion that was redone into a restaurant. So, there might be mismatched chairs and family photos on the wall. So lots and lots of charm. We're going to meet one of our favorite dance teachers here in Buenos Aires. Usually her name is Carolina as well. And she will take us to her studio, teach us a few steps of tango, and then take us to a milonga, which is like an underground club where local people will come to practice their steps, and we will be there with them practicing our steps as well. I mean, that's just such a fun experience. Just a little picture of La Boca and those neighborhoods that we're going to visit today, a little restaurant that we will have lunch in, and of course our tango teacher, and then a milonga. So much fun. We just recently took a group in this past March to Argentina, following a very similar itinerary, and this was one of our favorite, really authentic experiences. What to expect on a State Adventures, itinerary. We're going to prepare you with everything you need prior to leaving. We're going to have shopping lists. We're going to have meetings where we're going to discuss what to pack, what to bring, what not to bring, how do I handle money, or what documents do I need. I will make sure you are fully ready to visit. So don't worry about all of those pending questions, because that is why we are here. We like to hold your hand when needed and let you have freedom and flexibility when we know that you can go off on your own. March 7th, after breakfast, we're going to leave the city for a day, and we're going to go to an estancia. So right outside of the city, just an hour and a half away, there's beautiful, charming little towns. We're going to go into the town. We're going to meet some local artists. We're going to go out for a local ranch drink that the farmers usually have before they go off on their days of work. Then we're going to go to an actual estancia, a working ranch. Here we will ride horses. We can go on a soft hike. We can go dancing with the local community. We will, of course, have a beautiful al fresco lunch. And if you can picture green parrots flying all around and a guitar strumming in the back, and we're having this beautiful grilled lunch. It's a great experience and a nice break from the city, which is always busy. So this is our little relaxing day. When we do come back to the city, and anyone who is feeling like they didn't have enough today, we will go off on a speakeasy experience. This is a really big thing in Buenos Aires right now. There are secret bars hidden all throughout the city. Well, one of our guides is a professional bartender, and he will join us and take us to 2 or 3, depending on our group and how we're feeling, all of these private little experiences where you literally have to have a password, or you go through a hidden phone booth to get inside this gorgeous nightclub or bar. So we will enjoy that for sure. Here's just our table at the estancia and the local rancheros that work there. And then, of course, our bartender guide and the speakeasy that we visit. The guides are really what's going to make this experience very unique because, you know, everyone can go to Argentina, but not every trip to Argentina is the same. Our guides are the heart of the itinerary. They are local. They know everything about their city. They are very passionate, but they're also educated and they know the history and they're there to share their expertise with you. If we're doing a food tour, the guides are probably chefs. If we're doing a bar, you know, a bar tour, the guide is probably a bartender. So we love to have local experts join us throughout the experience. And March 8th, this is the time where we're going to do a little bit more authentic feeling of how, you know, what life in the city is like. So after our breakfast and maybe some workshops with our dance teacher at the hotel, we're going to go out to a local market. And I'm not talking a market where tourists go to shop for souvenirs, but a market where local people shop for their food and for their spices. So our chef will join us, we'll pick up some fun ingredients, and then we will cook with him in his beautiful kitchen and have a lovely lunch together. This is, again, one of our favorite experiences. Afterwards, we're going to have some free time because this is our last day in the city. Before we head out, we get all dressed up and we're going to go to a dinner and tango show. But what I do different is that we will arrive to the tango hall before it even opens to the public. And the dancers that will be on the stage will actually become our teachers for an hour. So they will come off the stage, teach us a little bit tango, you know, so we can have a little wine and a little, you know, pre-show experience. And then we will go to our VIP section, have the best table in the hall and enjoy the show. So really, truly a wonderful experience. Those who did not have enough of tango will go to another milonga that night. And when we go to a milonga, it's not like we just drop you off at the nightclub to go dancing with the locals. Our guide goes with you, our driver goes with you, the bus stays outside at all times. So you are never alone. You always have a local friendly face. And of course, another person to dance with because we all like to, you know, share partners and enjoy the milonga together. Here's one of our last classes that we did, beautiful Argentinian stew. It is so much fun to cook together. You really go to a different level of friendship with your group when you do this. And here's the show that we're going to be having our dinner and tango, and of course our class. And March 9th, we are ready to leave the city, and we're going to fly to Iguazu, to the jungle. So before we take our afternoon flight, we're going to hop into the Santana food market, and the food market is just really fun. It's all indoors, and it has stalls and stalls of all these different places that these guys serve beer, and these guys serve little sausages, and this guy's selling antiques, and this lady is selling parrots, and it's just chaos in there. Wonderful, colorful chaos. And we have a table right in the middle of the market. And as we sit and sip on our beers and wine, our guides just run around and bring us all kinds of things to taste and enjoy and have a little experience before our flight. It's simply to kind of fill that gap between checking out of the hotel and the flight. The flight's less than 2 hours, and we arrive in a different world, which is the jungle of Iguazu Falls. Here, we're going to settle into our jungle hotel, and then we're going to go out for dinner. And so what I like to do here is introduce you to an indigenous community from the jungle. So we go into the forest, they play music for us, they sing for us, we have a big bonfire, and then we eat at an adjacent restaurant. It's a really beautiful experience. Oh, here's our little market photo of tasting beer and all the little craziness of Buenos Aires. And then, of course, our dinner in the jungle. And it's a very elevated experience. There's even a harp playing in the middle of a forest. And our hotel in Iguazu Falls, lovely, lovely 5-star hotel, the best pool in Iguazu Falls. So we're going to have a really nice, relaxing time here. Day 7 is going to be a day dedicated to Iguazu Falls. Iguazu Falls is a huge park. It's a wonder of the world to see these waterfalls. If you've been to Niagara, wow, nothing compares to Iguazu Falls in its size and power. And we will split the tour between Argentinian side and Brazilian side, so it's not too overwhelming. We'll take a boat ride today, and then we will have some other fun, hands-on, cocktails and food of this area as well. So the park really will take up most of our day. It is a spectacular, spectacular place. Many people join our tour simply because they want to go to Iguazu Falls, and we're here for you, definitely. And another beautiful meal together where we're going to make some empanadas and learn how to make mate tea and how to serve it and all these different cultural things that you would not pick up if you were traveling on your own. March 11, we're going to focus on the Iguazu Falls again, but now we're crossing into Brazil and we're going to see the falls in a panoramic way, all of the falls all at once. We'll have a nice Brazilian lunch and then take an hour and 20 minutes flight to Rio de Janeiro. And now, again, we're landing in a completely different world. We're on a beach. It's a very metropolitan, very stylish city filled with beautiful people and beautiful restaurants and beautiful things to see. And of course, samba is king here. So right away, we will jump from tango to samba. We'll have a performance as a welcome. We'll have a beautiful dinner and we'll get prepared for a day in Rio. So beautiful costumes. March is right after a carnival, so everybody is still excited, full of life from the parades. So we will definitely get a feel for that. I chose the Hilton in Rio de Janeiro simply because it's right on Copacabana. It has a great view, great location. We have a rooftop bar where we can congregate. So I really like this really stylish modern property for us. March 12th, of course, we're going to tackle the best things to see and do in Rio de Janeiro. We'll go to Corcovado to visit the Jesus statue. We'll do a samba class so we can learn a few steps. We'll do a percussion class so that we can bang on some drums and learn some local music and really get to know the local culture and meet some local people, which is really what makes the trip the most memorable, the people. We'll have a fantastic little lunch at Casa Camolese, which is like on a racetrack. And of course, tonight I chose the Scenarium. This is going to be a wonderful experience. It's during the day, this building is an antique shop, and at night it turns into a place where locals will come and play live music and people are dancing. And we have an awesome little table set up for our group. We can dance if we want, we can watch, people watch. So I think it's a wonderful way to experience nightlife in Rio without going to one of those huge nightclubs. So you see here, it's just a fantastic antique shop by day and a great little nightclub by night. And it's just the best of what samba can offer. And March 13th, we are coming to the end of our trip. We're going to wake up, we're going to have breakfast together. We're going to have some workshops in the morning as a group. And then we're going to go off and do Sugarloaf, which is the gondola ride to this awesome mountain. We can have views of all Copacabana, Ipanema, all of Rio. You can see the colorful favelas. And then we will have a farewell lunch somewhere on the beach together before we transfer you to the Rio airport for your flight home. If you want to stay longer in Rio, some people are choosing to do that. I have some wonderful beach resorts that we can whisk you off to afterwards. So don't feel like the trip has to be 10 days. It can certainly be longer. So that is what the itinerary looks like. As you see, there's so much packed into it, so much value, so many wonderful experiences for the group. We really welcome you to join us. We have 8 people already booked, plus our 2 teachers, plus our guides and myself. So we are looking for 6 more people or 3 more rooms to be filled. Everything I mentioned is included. Of course, if you want to have international flights added, I can definitely help you with that. The trip was published at $7,499, but we are offering the same price as for our first 8 people, which is $500 off. So $6,999 gets you everything that we've talked about. And we really hope that you join us. It is going to be quite an adventure. We do this every year. And I welcome any questions. Please reach out to me. I hope you take one of those rooms so we can have a complete group. I wish you happy travels to South America. Take care, everybody.